What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prizepicks WNBA player props video. Going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 4 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks tonight. As always, if you haven't signed up for Prizepicks, would highly recommend you check them out as a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players, points, assists, rebounds, assists, fantasy score, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match deposit up to $100 on your first deposit today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go ahead and lock that in, get that free money offer, and start winning some money over here on Prizepicks, guys. So, got 4 picks for you tonight. We only have one game, but it's going to be a good one. It is the Phoenix Mercury taking on the Los Angeles Sparks. It comes in with a 166 over-under and only a 1-point spread, so expected to stay close. And I got 4 ladies for you I think are going to have some great games tonight. So let's talk about it. And let's go player by player here. The first person I want to talk about is going to be Anika Agumike tonight. I really like the over fantasy score for her. Over 27.5 fantasy score over here on Prizepicks. I've got a projected for 29 from a base projection aspect. She's hit the over in 4 of the last 5 here. When you look at what she's averaging on the season for fantasy points per game, she's averaging 33.19 fantasy points per game. FanDuel is what I have pulled up here. If you're not familiar, they have the exact same scoring format as Prizepicks, so this is what I refer to as far as the fantasy points per game and all that stuff. But she's been clearing this line very easily, as you can see, 33 per game. I've got it projected for 29 from a base aspect. Do have her with a ceiling of being able to get up to 40 fantasy points tonight, though. And she does play lots of minutes out there on the floor. Looking at as far as her per minute, 31 minutes per game. She takes 11 shots per game, and then we look at the blocks and steals as well. 1.9 steals per game and 0.6 blocks, which I always look for those blocks and steals because you get the 3 points for every blocks and steal that you get for fantasy score. So I like the over 27.5 for Anika Agumike tonight. Pick number 1 on the video. Pick number 2, we're going to be going with Diana Taurasi, and I like the over fantasy score for her a lot here tonight. I've got her projected to score 27. Prizepicks only has her line set at 22. I think this is criminally, misrepresented as far as what I expect her to do tonight for Phoenix. When you're looking at what she's been doing on a per-game basis and everything, as far as the minutes she plays, all that stuff, for Diana Taurasi, you can see per game, she's playing 31.3 minutes per game. She does average not as many steals, but 5 assists per game, 5 free throws attempted per game as well, and then she's taking 8.5 3-pointers per game. So getting a ton of shots up, 12.5 field goal attempts. She's out there on the floor for lots of minutes, 31 minutes. Pretty much every single thing that you could be asking for as far as fantasy point production, and her fantasy score is just too low. 22, she's hit this really easily. The last 2 times out, 38 and 31 points respectively. Not quite sure why it's too low, but I'll gladly take the over on Diana Taurasi tonight. Pick number 2 in the video. Pick number 3, we're going to be going with Brianna Turner. Her fantasy score again as well. She's set at 20.5. I think that is once again way too low. I've got her projected to score 25.45 in my projection model here. And she's also playing lots of minutes out there on the floor. She's going to get lots of opportunities as far as Brianna Turner. She's playing 32 minutes per game. Isn't shooting a lot, but one thing she does is get a ton of blocks and steals. 1.4 steals, 1.2 blocks. And then when you're looking at what she's averaging on a per-game basis as far as her fantasy score, she's averaging 23. So she is averaging over the projected line here as well. And lastly, like I said, the blocks and steals have been there. Looking at her game logs, 3 blocks last time out, 2 blocks the time before, 1 block, 3 steals, 3 steals. So she's out there on the floor for lots of minutes. She's racking up the blocks and steals. She's grabbing lots of rebounds as well. Not the most elite scorer in the world, but with the peripherals and the minutes that she plays in the line that this is set at, I do like the over 20.5 fantasy score tonight for Brianna Turner. And lastly, rounding things out, we're going to be going with Brittany Sykes. And once again, I do like the over on her fantasy score tonight. They've got her line set at 22 fantasy score. She's hit this 4 of the last 5. Looking at what she's averaging on a per-game basis as far as fantasy points are concerned, she's averaging 28 fantasy points per game. You factor in that she's averaging 28 per game. Her line's only set at 22. I feel pretty good about that. And once again, she is a player that's playing lots of minutes. As far as Sykes minutes on the season, she's playing 28 minutes per game. And she does rack up a ton of steals and blocks. So once again, that's something that I'm always looking for. Looking at her game logs, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 steals. I mean, that's just fantastic for fantasy points, and then she is contributing with the points and rebounds as well, and assists. She's a pretty well-rounded player, so Brittany Sykes going to be the last player that I'm going to be going with on this video. Pick number 4, like the over 22 fantasy score for her, and those are my 4 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks tonight for the WNBA slate, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked out the premium content packages, check those out, link below in the description. Going to be rolling out a WNBA package soon here, so excited about that. That's not quite live, but I do have an MLB and an NBA package. So it's all for me in this one. Wishing you all the best of luck on your Prizepicks picks tonight, and we will see you in the next one.